it's a Wednesday. So already a bad day. It's in the middle of the week when you're almost at Friday and you're about to hit Monday.
Start over.
So here I am in La Vivienne Zikos with my mom, and I just start bawling. The place is empty, so all the employees are just watching me cry over their underwear. You see, the thing that happened was the disorganization of the rows of, let me remind you, underwear, was a breaking point for me. In all the pressure that had been building from a particularly anxiety-inducing month at school, let's face it, I regret to inform you that the entire human race has been indoctrinated into this idea of perfection. It's not an epidemic of conceitedness, but a new strain of insecurity that's infected our brains. Such a widespread disease has never been seen before. It must be in the water or airborne by now. Quick, don't breathe. The teens of today are a generation labeled vain, with advances in technology to blame. And though the constant bombardment of altered images, judging comments, and praise based on likes is most definitely a toxic environment for any, the issues plaguing our youth are more than skin deep. They're running through the veins of our establishments. Feelings of inadequacy and little to no self-worth are fueling the downward spiral in mental health. And these are things that are taught. With competition exponentially increasing in our society, pressure can be felt in every aspect, from family to social to education, and finally, the job market. The famous motto, "Shoot for the moon and you'll land amongst the stars," has been transformed into propaganda meant to produce the most successful citizens in the most efficient way. We are resources who manage ourselves. We are called perfectionists. We have existed across every boundary of age, race, and sex. There are no other requirements than the dissatisfaction with anything less than perfect. You may be thinking this sounds like a useful trait to have. Such ambition and drive must bring success. In the words of George Watsky, someone who started off speaking at TEDx Talks, better is how you make yourself matter, but matter is fleeting. And unfortunately for many, including myself, this glorified perception of perfectionism couldn't be farther from the reality of it. The need for perfection is a nuisance at best and an obsession at worst, but it is always present. Like a bad best friend who's really just your worst critic in disguise, hiding under the pretense of only having your best interest in mind. Don't fall for this trap, because I promise you it will bring nothing but grief to your life. There will be no grand feelings of achievement or accomplishment again. No amount of work will ever be enough, and you will never be worthy when there is always room for improvement. Trust when I say perfection is unreachable. So how to live a perfect life? There are no tips or tricks to give. We value those who are able to create the most realistic illusions because we believe in fake it till you make it. Yet I haven't witnessed anyone make it so far. We tear apart the confidence even of those we worship and aspire to be. Celebrities. So what if I told you there was no wrong or right answer to this question, how to live a perfect life, or any? You may be thinking there's already enough what ifs in the world. But life, it isn't as black or white as we've all been told. More so, it is shades of gray that can be hard to discern at times. And so we spend our entire lives seeking out control. And I think it's about time we learn to surrender it. Once more, quoting George Watsky, I don't need the courage to work. I want the strength to quit. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of apologizing myself away. So how perfect are you? I hope not one bit. Thank you very much.